People have always said that if Call of Duty 4 was released in 2016, the game really wouldn't do well. And sure enough, with the remaster upon us, it's really coming to life now, taking a look at the constant complaining from a lot of people in the community. Now, I'm not going to say that's not warranted because there are a lot of issues with this game, but again, you do have to understand it is from 2007, and they did rip it straight from 2007 without really making many changes to it aside from the graphics, camos, and a few other cosmetic things, which really aren't important. So it's led a lot of people to question, should there really have been a patch for this game before it released? And I stand on the side of no, just because Call of Duty 4 was so, I guess, fast-paced as it was so simple that I really didn't think it needed a patch, and if you did something to upset the flow of the game, then I think really it would have been a waste. So making a patch for COD 4 really would have been fruitless in my eyes, but taking a look at something like Modern Warfare 2, which I've always thought about for a long time, about potentially being remastered, I definitely believe that game really should be updated if they were to consider that. And there's just a whole lot to think about, because the way the community's changed, of course, from years ago, it is way different now in 2016 from what we were expecting. And you know, it's kind of one of those things, like after seeing Black Ops 3, after seeing Advanced Warfare, and especially after seeing Infinite Warfare, the community is much highly saturated more, at least now, with a bunch of newer kids who are more into the futuristic games. So a title like COD 4 might not fly as well as it did 10 years ago. So when it comes to the topic of MW2 Remastered, like I said, I think the game really would need to be patched in order to please some of the older community, but in terms of the newer community, I don't think many people would really care for it. I really don't. And it showed itself with Call of Duty 4. I know the sales were underwhelming for Infinite Warfare with the Legacy Edition and all that. I know it was. And I don't know the exact numbers. I don't even know if they've released them. Maybe they have, I'm not sure. But I know the sales were definitely underwhelming from what they were expecting. The pre-order sales, I believe, were down like 40% compared to Black Ops 3. And it just shows that a lot of the old fans are really fed up with the COD franchise, you know, in general, and they don't really care whether or not COD 4 is thrown into the mix, because a lot of the newer community doesn't even like it anyway. So I figured I would give you guys just a quick little recap today. I thought I'd maybe try a little bit of a shorter video. I know most of the videos on here are usually over 6 or 7 minutes, so I figured I might throw something, you know, a little different out there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. Again, a very short one today, but I just kind of wanted to go into a quick little, I guess, 2-minute kind of recap of my entire thoughts on MWR in general and MW2 potentially being remastered. And to be honest, I don't really think it's a good idea, and I think as much as I love COD 4, I don't know how well it did for the community, and I don't know also how well it did for, of course, Infinity Ward and Activision and stuff. I don't really know how many sales it got. So on the topic of MW2, I'm really not sure yet. It's something we'll have to wait and see about, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been Retro. Later.